from you into heaven, so shall so come in the like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Right, so that's how the Lord left, man. How the Lord leave the earth, he was caught up in a chariot, man. All right? And that the same way that he left, that's the way that he gonna come back.
Revelations 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
When you go into that word cloud in Revelation, I forget the Greek translation for it, but guess what it tell you when you go into the scroll coordinates? It say of the cloud that led the children of Israel out of the wilderness, bro. When you go into the word cloud in Revelation, it go into that. Exodus, get that real quick there, sister, brother. Exodus 13 and 20. Because I'm telling you,
I got it. The Greek translation is Nephilim.
Nephilim, yeah.
Nephilim.
I believe that's it.
All right, and it says a cloud.
Yeah.
A cloud used of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness.
Right. So that's right. That's what it's giving you, okay? That's the example that it's giving you. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20, Salakia. Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
Yeah, because when you go into the word pillar, it goes back to the Hebrew word imad, which is stand. Because that's what a pillar is, all right? Like a stand, okay? Go ahead. But then when you go into the word, it goes into a platform. Basically, it's giving you the description on how to, matter of fact, let me see. Go ahead, read it again, bro.
Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
Right, a pillar, the Hebrew word is imad, a stand, a column, a cylindrical. It's a cylindrical, so it's something that's circular, okay? Why they call it flying saucers? It said having the form or properties of a cylinder, okay? Because, right, what cloud you ever know that look like a cylinder? You feel me? What cloud did you know that look like a cylinder? Real talk. It ain't no perfect cylinder-shaped clouds in the sky, man. Because that's talking about a so-called UFO, a chariot. Keep going.
It says to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night.
That's that flying road too.
Yup, it said a pillar of fire. Yup, to get them away by night, right? Because when you go into the word cloud, I forget the Hebrew word, but it goes into this Greek word theophanic. All right, theophanic. It goes into that, which theophania is what? An appearance of God. That's what that word theophanic means. An appearance of God. So if the Lord was to appear, why would the Lord appear only as a cloud? That don't make any sense. Go ahead.
This Numbers 9 and 15, and it say the guiding cloud. Right. It says, and on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle.
Right.
Namely, the tent of the testimony.
Right. And when it say the cloud covered the tabernacle, it ain't that the cloud, actual cloud, a mass, and it's a cloud you gotta walk. No, it's talking about a chariot is hovering over it.
It was so big.
Right. It's covering it. Ezekiel said that in Ezekiel the 10th chapter, when the cloud departed from the house, and roughly paraphrasing, it's not talking about an actual cloud. It's talking about a so-called UFO. Go ahead, you got it.
And that even there was upon the tabernacle as it were the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was away. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night.
No, so that's what the chariots are. You know, when you look at chariots, that's what they look like. Or you know, whenever you see pictures of a UFO, or sometimes if you see a picture of it during the daytime, or witness it yourself, it's kind of like it's silver, or it actually disguises itself as a cloud. Kind of like those unmarked vehicles. That the police have and all that. Right. Or but at nighttime, it's mistaken for things, like like a star. Right. Or like a light.
Yeah, it just showed that when that Edomite sink the chariot over Walmart, all you could see it blended in, but you could just see the lights.
Circle lights.
It's circle lights, but it was like if the lights wasn't there, it'd just be a cloud.
And another thing too, because the scripture talk about they had the appearance of amber, right? And amber, when you go into that, it looked like a dimmed headlight. You know, perfect example, that blinker light, that's the color of amber, because that's the color that fire looked, man. Okay? Pursuant to what's that? Ezekiel the 1st chapter. Go ahead, who's reading?
Exodus chapter 13, verse 22. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night, from before the people.
Yeah, that's it. Now get back to that second Ezra 13,
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick, because it said the same way as he left, it's the same way that he coming back, right? This is how he coming back. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Hey, look, you know that whirlwind? Because when a helicopter landed, everything that's around it, that's that. That's the whirlwind.
Yeah, the downforce.
Yeah, the
That's
downforce.
what they call it. The downforce from the propellers of the helicopter. That's what you're talking about. You know? Hey, because the chariots they refer to as whirlwinds in the scriptures, man.
Right.
Okay.
Psalms 104:3.
Yeah, go ahead, read that. Cause the brother read in Isaiah that the Lord keep that Isaiah 2. He said he shall not meet thee as a man. All right. So go ahead, you got it.
Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea,
Pursuant to Revelation the 7th chapter. Go ahead.
that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
It's talking about Yahweh Shah, man. All right. It said that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. He gonna be coming back with angels. Keep going.
Verse 4. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire.
Come.
Verse 5. And after this,
Right, because that's gonna be those chariots, those so-called UFOs. They're gonna be shooting lasers, concentrated fire. All right. The scripture talk about that when the Lord gave Moses the law, statutes, commandments. He said out of his hand went a fiery stream. Okay, and that's how the Lord wrote the laws, statutes, commandments on the tablets. That's like the apostle said. He said they was written perfectly because they were written with what you call laser technology. So that's what those so-called UFOs. They got things what you would call today as laser technology. Okay. Go ahead.
verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, because all the nations, they gonna come together, pursuant to the speech that Ronald Reagan gave. I believe that was during the 60s, early 70s when he was in the office, when he said that.
he was like the president during the 80s.
Yeah, I was about to just
you're
say
right.
that.
Well, I think he was at the General Assembly when he gave that speech when he said, we would, how quickly would we all come together if some outward, you know that speech, man, that infamous speech that Ronald Reagan gave about the quote-unquote extraterrestrials. And he was addressing the General Assembly, he was addressing the other nations, you know, about how they would quickly drop all their differences and come together.
It's like, that movie Independence Day, the guy who played the president, fulfilled that, that fantasy. Or, talking about, and I always say that, even, this was like back in like 96, or, I was like young and didn't really know anything. All right, but at the same time, or, when I heard what he had to say, or, it kind of scared the shit out of me. Because it was like New World Order, propaganda. Like he was talking about, or, July 4th, is no longer going to be, like Independence Day is no longer going to be, or, an American holiday. Or, because, that's when the chariots landed in that movie. Or, he was saying, that was going to be an international holiday. I was like, oh, shit.
Good.
Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it.
And like the apostle said, we might get delivered in one chariot, man. That big fathership.
Right.
Pursuant to the scripture, he read what was that, Revelations? Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. It's Revelation 11, I think it was.
Con.
Remember the apostle showed a chariot that was what, 3,000 miles long?
Yeah.
That's from here to Cleveland. I mean to California. From here to California is 3,000 miles. So imagine a chariot from here to Cali, man.
This is Revelation 11 and verse 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Right.
A cloud.
Yeah, he said a cloud.
Chariot.
Right.
In a cloud.
And when you're going, in the Greek, it's the same word as the one in Revelation, and it gives you the same count in the book of
Children of Israel.
Yep, that led us out the wilderness.
Now look, this is Psalms 104 and 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers and the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots?
Yeah, chariot is when you look that word up, it's like a vehicle, okay? Because when you go into the Isaiah 19 real quick then. Isaiah 19.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say like even like in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, where it's about the big chariot.
Yeah, that's what you just read. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the spirit.
It said used in warfare too also. Chariot
All right, this
Yeah,
Isaiah.
that's right. Right, you're right.
vehicle used in warfare. And they coming for war, you know?
Yeah, when people go, because that's the Egyptians. That's what they was on. They was on chariots and horses when they was chasing us down to try to put us back into captivity.
Even when you look on little movies and shit, them little chariots with the fucking horses that pull them. It's just a vehicle.
Yeah, the old school movies like Ben-Hur, the Ten Commandments. You know, the old school movies, Samson and Delilah. Those type of movies, they had those chariots in them.
This Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
Right, it said the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. So, for one, we know that because when you go into the word swift, it goes into rapidly. That's one of the synonyms of swift, rapidly, quickly. We know that it said the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. We know that the actual clouds, they don't move. They don't move rapidly. They don't move quickly or swiftly. Okay? So it's talking, because when you go into the word cloud, that word cloud goes back to conceal. All right? That's why the one dude, like the apostle, I remember he did the video when the guy he said he noticed 3 saucer-shaped objects flying through the clouds over Lafayette, Louisiana through a pair of his binoculars. He said he thought that the UFO had cloud cloaking devices, man. Okay? Which they do.
Yeah, that's why Esau, and then that's why Esau spray all those, make all those fake clouds, man, to try to use it as a cloaking device.
Yeah, come.
So you won't see what's going on. Like,
Yeah, to conceal certain things, right? Because that's what clouds do. Clouds conceal certain things that be in the heavens. You know, like for instance, when it's a cloudy day, you can't see the stars at night. Okay? You can't see planes flying over. Sometimes you can't even see the sun to an extent.
And also, the clouds that Esau put in, the clouds that move also, they move. So it make you throw you off a little bit, because you will see something that's still, and then the cloud will move, so it'll make like everything up there moving also. There were planes, right? Because you don't know what you're seeing when something moving. All right, it could be an airplane. Like Esau may come out. Remember that book you read out of, Wonders in the Sky?
Come. Yeah, ancient antiquities of flying objects, basically, man. But right, that's what the clouds do. The clouds, they conceal, they basically conceal your vision, what you can see in the heavens. Okay, so that's what the clouds do for the chariots as well. But read that again.
This is
And then we gonna go
Isaiah
back to that.
19 and 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
Yeah, hey, America is modern day Egypt, man. All right.
It's the burden.
Right, because why? Because they got the children of Israel in captivity and won't let us go. That's one of the things that the ancient Egyptians did, right? Okay? They had us doing rigorous labor. That's one of the things that the ancient Egyptians did. The scriptures say what? That we shall find neither rest. The sole of our feet shall have not rest, roughly paraphrasing.
That's right.
And our life shall hang in a doubt, roughly paraphrasing. The same thing happened in ancient Egypt. So read it again. Said, woe to Egypt. Oh no, the burden.
Isaiah 19:1.
Oh, that's in the book of 2nd Esdras when it talk about woe to Egypt and Babylon and Asia, roughly paraphrasing.
And those all them all names for America though. I heard the elder make mention of that.
Oh yeah, no,
all
Spiritual names.
names for America.
yeah. And that's 2nd Esdras 15 chapter.
Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Yeah, the idols of Egypt, man. What's the idols of Egypt? These different statues, these different damn monuments that the